If you haven't saw this video, you should watch it, but I want to focus in on one section of it. This portion right here.
Talk about how he speaks about, beat down budgets and stuff like that.
Each beatdown has a goal of $50,000, but they have stretch goals that go up to 200,000.
And something, even at the time that I knew him during the City of Scars days, he would talk a lot about how City of Scars costed around $30,000, I think was the number. $30,000 or $40,000 was the number that he kept throwing out there. I know for a fact that it didn't cost that much because he would actually tell us, the numbers that it did cost, and it was sort of a fraction of that. I don't know the exact numbers at the time, but what he had told me, because I had kind of confronted him about this, like, hey man, because we were very open. Like I said, he really was like an older brother to me at the time. So I'd kind of like ask him this. It's like, hey, maybe there's something I don't know. Why are you telling people that these things, that this fan film costs this much? And he said, well, first of all, when we're going out to get budgets on our next projects, we need people to feel like we're able to handle that level of money when it comes to a budget. We need people to see like this is what we can do with that level of money.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Line about the the issue I have, right, is Aaron is literally, openly, honestly just saying, hey, fake it till you make it. Lie about the budget. But in our reality, he probably would say he's not lying about the budget. He's just not, he's telling people how much it would have cost if he paid everybody, right? Because Aaron, in my opinion, is a human parasite. Now, when I say human parasite, he's not going to come suck your blood, as he gets people to think this was a $27,000 production. And like I said, he used that to get $77,000. Aaron Schoenke is a human parasite in a sense that one you want to avoid, right? So let me talk to you about how to avoid said human parasite. All right. So, it is important, guys. It's very important and pivotal. While the term parasite usually, represents like a vampire or something like that, or insects or worms in a human context, it refers to individuals like Aaron Schoenke who exploit others for their own benefit without giving them anything in return, often causing harm financially, socially, and in some cases even emotionally. So you need to figure out how to recognize human parasites, right? Let's discuss how to spot these individuals who often have like certain characteristics, right? You see one, you see them all, right? Consistent self-interest. They prioritize their needs above others, showing little concern for your feelings or your welfare. Now, I know what you're saying, Henry. Women out there probably think you a human parasite. At least one does for sure. One does for sure. Maybe two at this point. But another key trait is the lack of accountability. Whereas Aaron will refuse to even address any of the allegations surrounding Sean Piccinino, Kevin Porter, and all the other people who will never work with Aaron again. He'll just say, oh, our paths didn't align anymore. We had to go our separate ways. Lip service, lip service, lip service, lip service. Okay? So he will avoid responsibility and often blame others when things go wrong. So he'll say, oh, their morals were corrupted. I determine what morals people have and, how they fare to mine. And if they don't align with mine, I can't be around them anymore because he is the moral superior being. Now, what you see Aaron doing in his comment section is 100% manipulative behavior, right? He may use guilt or flattery, like, oh, I really want you to be in this beatdown, or how could you do that to me? Or deceit to control or influence your decisions, because that's what it's all about. Hence, that's why he's calling everyone that he sees interact with me. He's liking pictures on Instagram, trying to get back in everyone's good graces. Thank goodness, everyone is ignoring him. Even some people who were Team Aaron are, they're starting to flip on him because they're starting to see him for who he is. Where there's smoke, there's fire, guys. Where Just one person not getting along with Aaron, fine. Cool, no problem. But I'm at like 15, 16 people now. And all the recent ones have been on the record. You see their face, you know who they are. And they're like, yeah, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Okay? So do not let him influence your decisions. And he is always seeking your favor, persistent favor seeking. They frequently ask for favors or resources without reciprocation or showing appreciation. Aaron likely engages in what we call faucet drain relationships. One person gives, one person receives. He is likely 100% of the time, or 99.9% of the time, the person receiving the favor. Hey, can you work for free? Hey, can you work for $100 a day? Hey, can you work for $150 a day? Hey, can I give you $500 now? Can we do that? He is. Hey, can you give me the friend rate? Remember, Jason David Frank says Aaron had ran out of favors. That's why the budget keep going up. Things like that. All right, let's keep it going. All right. So you have to remember that he's not going to show you no appreciation, no reciprocation. Just me. Now, we already know that Aaron has been unreliable with deadlines, with dates, canceling plans. They don't follow through on commitments or promises, and they show a lack of respect for your time. Now, when I say don't follow through on commitments, think about all of the Bat and the Son family who's watching this right now that Aaron has promised you something and he's never delivered on it. Now, he may be like in a position where he's like, please do not go talk to Henry. I promise I'm going to deliver on making you a star in the beat down or paying you more or this or that. I'm here to tell you, probably not going to come true. All right. But there are ways what you could do to protect yourself from falling prey or victim to people like Aaron. All right. Now, here are some of the key takeaways that you could do. Now, there's an interview coming out where someone's going to say, hey, I set a clear boundary. They defined their pay rate and said, this is what I will do. This is what I won't do. So you want to set clear boundaries if you choose to work with Aaron. Okay. Don't be afraid to say no. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect. If they spaz out on you for saying no, then it may not have too much respect for you. You never know. Observe behavior over time, okay? Look for patterns. And look for patterns in the interviews, right? A one-time act might be innocent, but consistent behavior reveals true character, all right? And we have seen some consistent behaviors out of Aaron, whether it be his obsession with body composition or credit, even though he refuses to give certain people credit. It is what it is. Lastly, this one kind of like a little feel good. Trust your intuition. Does he make you feel uncomfortable? Does he drain your energy? Pay attention to these, okay? Pay attention to these. They're often telltale signs. All right, so it's things you could do like that. And, you can always limit what you tell a person about you. I'm not sure, how much that may help, but hey, don't be spilling your secrets to a human parasite because they'll use that shit against you. All right. Now, you can always talk to a friend and be like, yo, is this person getting the best of me? Now, chances are they're going to say yes. All right. They're going to be like, yeah, for sure. Now, in summary, be aware that the signs of human parasitism and setting clear boundaries are visual steps towards safeguarding your emotional and social health. Remember, healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, honesty, and support. Stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and don't hesitate to distance yourself from those like Aaron who exploit or diminish you. Now, if you think about that, look at all the people who did it. And he's either a narcissist or a megalomaniac, probably a narcissist, right? Textbook case. But, you got to go to clinicals to diagnose that, even though it's like staring you clear in the face. But the point I really want to bring home is even if Aaron was given $27,000 for a project, why would he pay you more when he know you will work for free? If you're willing to work for free, why would I pay you at all? I got you to work for free on City of Scars. So why, when it gets to Dying is Easy, why would I give you any more than I paid you for City of Scars? You see how it works? And if you allow him, he will do it. And he's done it to so many people. He's discarded them. You work for him, he's made big promises, and next thing you know, you're no longer Joker, or you're no longer Nightwing, or you're no longer Harley Quinn, or you're no longer Robin, or you're no longer Batman. And so many people that went through the Aaron Schoenke blender that have been tossed to the side, discarded, and he won't even give you credit anymore. So just keep this in mind. I really wish someone would ask him, hey, is Chase lying about the budget? Is Damian lying about the budget? Is the anonymous email person lying about the budget? Or did you really tell a publication you spent $27,000 in 21 days when in all actuality, it was free because you got to exploit your friends? Let me know in the comment section. See you next video. Peace. All right, cool.